Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to a world of laughter, learning, and entertainment. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of German Solo. We hope you find it enlightening. German Solo, or just Solo, is a German 8-card playing trick game for 4 individual players using a 32-card German or French-suited skat pack. It is essentially a simplification of Quadrille, itself a 4-player adaptation of ombre. As in Quadrille, players bid for the privilege of declaring trumps and deciding whether to play alone or with a partner. Along with ombre, Tarock and Schafkopf, German Solo influenced the development of skat. Parlett calls it a neat little descendant of Quadrille and a pleasant introduction to the ombre family of games. In the next phase, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of name and exploring its real-world applications. The game is often called German Solo in English and German sources to distinguish it from other national games such as American Solo, Spanish Solo, and English Solo. However, it was often known locally just as Solo or, in the Münsterland, as Solo. Historically, it was also referred to as German ombre, and some American publications actually call the game ombre. Prepare yourself for an in-depth analysis of history in this section. Different nations have card games called Solo which, although not identical, have a common base. The German game Solo descends from the French Quadrille and has been described as a pleasant introduction to games of the stock of ombre. The game is mentioned in the literature as early as 1776, being played for a 4-pfennig stake. In 1794, it is mentioned in the poem Junkerkord by Johann Heinrich Voss, where a footnote describes it as a card game of the lower classes. In 1796, we learn that students, probably of Leipzig University, liked to repair to disreputable bars to play Solo or Schafkopf for a couple of dryers. In the late 18th century, the 3-player version of German Solo was often referred to as German Ombre Lumber or Deutsch Lomber, a game popular with the lower classes in northern Germany. However, the normal 4-hand version of Solo was commonly called German Ombre, as was a variant also called Kaske or Kopf. Solo was also known by this name. Its earliest rules appear in Hammer 1812, while, in 1820, Warner Benstein says it may be regarded as a German card game because it is frequently played by Germans, especially the middle classes, and with German-suited cards. It goes back a long way, being mentioned, for example, in the Theater Journal für Deutschland in 1779 and described in the Bavarian Courier in 1826 as being played at home around the table by the master craftsmen, journeymen and apprentices, along with Schafkopf, Kreuzmorich, Matzelfangen, Grenoble and others. In 1839, it is described as the German ombre, and with great cause, because it is really an emulation of French Quadrille or 4-player ombre. At that time it was popular with the middle classes, especially across the whole of North Germany down to the River Lahn and Rhine region. In Prussia, Saxony and the like, it was usually played with German-suited cards, and that factor alone, having 32 cards instead of 40, made it simpler than ombre. In 1836 it was being played in Mecklenburg by the lower classes, exclusively with French-suited cards, alongside Dreiket, Finfart and Schafkopf, the dignitaries playing whist, Boston, ombre, faro and, less often, Solo as well. In North Germany it was the most popular game in the period leading up to the First World War. Afterwards it was superseded by skat. As Grombed notes in 1938, before the war we mostly played Solo. Now everyone plays skat. Only in the pub, when there is a lot of conversation, is a social game of cards played, and that game is called Quadrille. The game is still recorded in modern Anglo-American and German games compendia, and Dieselmore 2014 says it is mainly found in the Münsterland region of central Germany, where it is dialectically known as Solo, but appears to be threatened with extinction. Let's now enter the realm of cards and discover the fascinating stories it has to tell. Hierarchy. Historically, the game was played with a pack of 32 German-suited cards. More recent sources vary, some using German and others using French-suited cards. Aces rank high and tens rank low. The top 3 cards, sometimes known as metidas, in descending order, are the Ombre of Acorns, Trump 7 and Ombre of Leaves, often known by names borrowed from ombre, spagel, manel and based. In German, they are also called the alt old one or old woman, spitz top and base from basta in ombre. If French suited cards are used, spagel is the queen of clubs and based is the queen of spades. Neither spagel nor based count as members of their natural suits. Below the metidas, cards rank normally, except for omitting any ombres or queens that are permanent trumps. Thus, depending on which suit is chosen, the trump suit will contain either 9 or 10 cards. In the Münsterland variant known as solo, only 24 cards are used, the Zans being omitted. In the following section, we'll be immersing ourselves in the captivating world of rules. The following rules are based on the Erweitertes Spielregeln aus Altenburg 1988. A 32-card German suited pack is used with cards ranking as above, and the metidas are called spagel, manel and based. First dealer is chosen by lot and plays clockwise. Dealer shuffles, offers to the right for cutting and deals 8 cards each in batches of. The deckler is determined by a bidding process described below. Deckler decides which suit will be trumps, and plays either in alliance with a partner or as a soloist. With the foundation laid, let's embark on a journey into bidding. The following 3 bids can be made in ascending order. In this part of the video, we'll be delving deeper into phrase and analyzing its key components. In a phrase, the deckler aims to take 5 of the 8 tricks with the help of a partner. The deckler chooses the trump suit and names a plain suit ace he or she does not have. For example, the deckler may say hearts with the ace of leaves, and whoever holds that ace becomes the deckler's partner. The partner must not reveal this, instead their identity will become clear during play. If all 4 aces are held, the deckler may call a king in one of the plain suits. With that being said, let's now move on to Großphrase. A Großphrase must be announced by a player who is dealt both the spagel and manel unless they intend to call a solo or a solo has already been bid, in which case they may pass. A Großphrase is played as a phrase, but is worth more. The deckler names a plain suit ace, and whoever holds that ace will be deckler's partner. This time the partner must reveal this and choose the trump suit, which may not be the suit of the called ace. During the bidding, a Großphrase in acorns has precedence over the same contract in other suits. In the following section, we'll be immersing ourselves in the captivating world of solo. In a solo, the deckler chooses the trump suit and plays alone with the aim of taking at least 5 tricks. An acorn solo takes precedence over a solo in other suits. Now, let's shift our perspective and explore bidding procedure through a fresh lens, unlocking new perspectives. The procedure is bidding with immediate hold or raise. First, eldest hand bids phrase or passes. If eldest hand did not pass, the next player may pass or bid higher. Eldest hand must then respond with pass, hold with yes, or name an even high game. The second player must now pass or bid even higher. Once one of the 2 players passes, the third player will either pass or make an even higher bid. Finally, the 4th player bids, and after another player has passed, the remaining player declares at least the mode of play which he or she bid. Brace yourself for an enlightening exploration of Großphrase as we dive into its profound implications. If all 4 players pass, then the player who holds the spagel O or Q has to play a force move phrase. This is played like a Großphrase but scores less than a phrase. Let's now turn our attention to play and uncover the fascinating insights it brings to the table. Trick play is as in whist. Forehand leads to the first trick. Players must follow suit if possible. If not, they can play anything. Whoever plays the highest trump, or, if no trumps are played, the highest card of the suit led, wins the trick and leads to the next trick. The declaring party, that is the soloist or, in an alliance, the deckler's partner, must win 5 of the 8 tricks. If deckler's party wins the first 5 tricks, they can stop the game to get a bonus for prime. Or they can continue playing. They cannot score prime but may be able to score a Dutch Mark Slam, lit. all tricks by winning all tricks. In a frage or gross frage, if the suit of the called ace or king is led, the called card must be played. If that hasn't happened by the fifth trick, the declarer may ask partner, helfer, and the partner responds here higher. In this case, a slam is not permitted. A frage with acorns as the trump suit has precedence during the auction, but is played in the same way as a frage in other suits. As we progress, let's shine a spotlight on scoring and examine its intricate interplay within our topic. Scoring rules were relatively complicated and not uniform. The following simpler rules are from an anthology that appeared in the late 20th century, when the game had already largely fallen out of use. In this version, only declarer's party scores positively or negatively. The base value of a declaration is 1 point for a force, 2 for a frage or solo, 3 for a growth frage and 6 for solo. There is a bonus of 2 points for prime, 4 points for tout slam, and 6 points for tout if it was announced along with the declaration. There is also a bonus to the winners of 2 points if the 3 mitidas were dealt to the same party. The bonus for tout accrues if declarer's party continues playing after winning the first 5 tricks, whether they make it or not, and the bonus for tout also accrues whenever it is declared. The bonus for prime only applies if declarer's party stops after the 5th trick. The base value plus any scores is added or subtracted to the scores of declarer and declarer's partner if any, provided they achieve their objective, which is winning 5 or all tricks. If they do not meet their goal, it is subtracted from their scores. As we progress, let's zoom in on variations and examine its role in shaping our overall narrative. There is a preferred suit color favorite, e.g. clubs or the suit of the first contract that was satisfied. A contract in the preferred suit ranks higher than the same contract in a different suit but lower than the next higher contract in a different suit. A declarer who at some point during the auction bid the preferred suit must in every case play in the preferred suit. Games in the preferred suit score double. Mediator is a contract that ranks between big bag and solo. Declarer demands the ace of a specific suit and receives it from the opponent who holds it. Declarer returns any other card face down. There are numerous relatively complicated scoring variants that involve a pot and side payments. The 3 mitidas spadule, mammal and based may be reneged under when a lower trump is led. More precisely, if a player holds no other trumps than mitidas and the card led to the current trick is a trump which is not a matador or lower than the mitidas held by the player, then the player may discard a non-trump instead of following suit. As we enter this new phase, let's uncover the impact of literature on our broader topic. Sin tennis, Christian Friedrich 1776. Veit Rosenstock, Och Genant Rosenbaum, Rosenstrauch, Rosenthal, Rosier. Part 1. Frankfurt and Leipzig. 1779. Theater Journal für Deutschland, Vol. 12. 1826. Der Bayerische Landbote. 1834. Neuestes Spielbuch, Vienna, Hoss. 1839. Neuestes Spielbuch. Second improved and expanded N. Vienna, Karl Hoss. 205. 1988. Erweitertes Spielregelchen aus Altenburg, 8th N. Altenburg, Altenburger Spielkartenfabrik. Gronberg, Peter 1938. Fällen in die Heimat, Vol. 48, No. 1. Heimat und Erbe, Flensburg. Hammer, Paul 1811. Die Deutschen Kartenspiel. Weigand, Leipzig. Hoffmann, Detlef and Margot Dietrich 1982. Das Skatspiel, Geschichtbilder Regeln. Lucen, Bucker. Hoffmann, Karl Friedrich Vorath 1836. Deutschland und sein Bewohner, Vol. 4. Schuckart, J. Scherbel. Manhalt, T. 1830. Gesetzbuch für Spielgesellschaften oder die Weihe Interessen testen Kartenspiel, Wist, Solo, Boston und Lomba, in allen ihren Umrissen formal und intellektuell dargestellt and so on Berlin, Schippel. Moore, Gisela 2014. Spritz. Xerox. Undruff. Klassisch Kartenspiel aus dem Tuchen Wursches. Rheinbeck, Regionalia. Parlett, David 1991. A History of Card Games, OUP, Oxford. Parlett, David 2008. The Penguin Book of Card Games, Penguin, London. Pira, H.A. 1863. Solo in Pyra's Universal Lexicon, Vol. 16. Altemurg. Johann Friedrich 1800. Holsteinisches Idiotiken. Hamburg, Heinrich Ludwig Wilhelm. Schwetschk, Dr. Carl Gustav 1863. Geschichte de l'ombre. Hal G. Schwetschk. Von Abenstein, G.W. 1820. Neueste Spielunmenich für Karten, Schack, Brett, Billard, Kegel und Ballspieler. Berlin, Han. Voss, Johann Heinrich 1796. Gedicht, Vols. 1-2. Frankfurt and Leipzig. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this video.